Hi, I'm author and speaker Robin Mead. This video is entitled Tending Your Garden. This video and others, including the Hope, Healing, and Perseverance series from my book club for my book Fierce Wholeness, can be found on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my channel and like and follow me on social media. My book Fierce Wholeness is available for purchase on Amazon. So here is my garden, and in my garden I have some cucumbers, and I have some leaf lettuce, and some Roma tomatoes, and some cherry tomatoes. And you can see that I have a fence here around the lettuce, and the fence is around the lettuce to keep the bunnies out, otherwise they'll eat it. And obviously I need to harvest the lettuce so that it won't go to waste. My fence is a little high, and so it makes bending over to get the lettuce take some effort, right? And but I wouldn't want any of my produce to go to waste, so I need to harvest it. And I haven't done that as much as I should. And you know, this is a good word for us in the Christian life too. When we run into people who are open to hearing the gospel, we need to make the effort to share our faith, even when it takes a little effort on our part. You may need to prepare by praying for divine appointments, or having some scripture or track ready to share, or be willing to pray with this person. And those things can be uncomfortable to do. You need to be prepared for that. I'm gonna walk over here and look at the cucumbers. Look at this. Look at the cucumbers. They're just all over the place, man. They are totally all over. So here is actually a leaf right here from this bush. The cucumber went out of the fence and attached itself to another plant. And you know, the fences sit here as a boundary with the garden, and I want the cucumbers to grow, but I don't want my other plants to be harmed or run over by the cucumbers. So too, we need to watch our thinking and taking our thoughts captive, and our behavior to make sure that we stay within the boundaries of what is healthy. If we stray outside the structure of what's scriptural, we can destroy pieces of ourselves and others. So that's what structure's in place. So see in the middle here, you see those brown plants? So that was spinach. This is my first time growing spinach, and epic fail. Didn't work at all. I didn't read up on how to care for the plants in time, and apparently spinach grows until it flowers and the plant dies. So this is a lost opportunity for me. I eat a ton of spinach on my keto diet, so next time I'll need to be better prepared. I'm not going to lose any sleep over dead spinach, but I would be sad if I had lost an opportunity to show the love of Christ to someone. So as you can see, I also have a few weeds in here. And I haven't taken those weeds out for the same reason that I haven't harvested the lettuce, because they're a little too far away. I can easily weed along the perimeter of the fence, but I haven't obviously done that either. You know, these weeds would make me make a little effort, and I'm not really up for that challenge right now. But I will. Here, I brought my gloves. So let me get this prickly one out of there, like that. All right. So I don't want to get prickers in my fingers, so I'm glad I have my gloves on. This is just like habitual sin in our lives. When we've been Christians for a long time, we can get comfortable with our salvation, but Scripture doesn't indicate a stopping point for rooting out sin. In fact, in Colossians 3, are we instructed to put to death and to stop the behaviors that come with sin, like anger, lying, and malice. The idea of putting something to death leaves no mystery about what we need to be doing with sin in our lives. Here, I'm going to walk over to my tomato plants. And you see my Roma tomato plant. I want to check out these tomatoes here. Look at these babies. Yeah, so You see there's just a bunch of them on here, and it's been so hot here. It's been great for tomato growing. Yeah, so yesterday I picked 8 Roma tomatoes off of this plant. And as you can see, I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, at least 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe even a few more on this plant. That's a ton of tomatoes on there. And all of these flowers represent more tomatoes that could be growing. But here's the thing. This plant may not be able to handle growing all the flowers into tomatoes and being ripe. And, just because there's a potential for growth doesn't mean the energy needs to be put toward that growth. So all the tomatoes I picked yesterday were pretty big and they were green. And I realized I hadn't, checked on it in a couple days. It's been so hot. It's just been great for tomato growing. But I don't want a bush full of unripened fruit. If the tomatoes grow and they stay green or they taste icky because all the nutrients have been spread out so far that they're not making good fruit, that's not okay. So I've got to limit what the plant produces to make sure the fruit is good. So I'm gonna pluck off a few flowers here. I'm gonna take those out. Let me get a couple down here too. So also when I'm giving up my resources to help others, I need to weigh the cost of that. I need to make sure that I'm prepared to handle that. I need to consider what I'm investing in and what the effort is to get my investment to maturity. This will mean saying no to some activity at one point or another. I need to be prepared to understand what I can and cannot reasonably do, and be praying about my resources and how to steward them wisely, and be willing to communicate what I can and can't do. Communication is really important. Often we feel bad when we have to say no to helping, and there could be some hurt feelings. But if we're prepared and we understand what we can do and we can't do, it's easier to communicate this to others who ask for our help. And maybe there's a small thing that we can do, but we can't do a big thing, and that is also okay. But if we're not prepared, then we don't have that answer to give. So I hope this video helps. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine.